Hello, friends. The other day, Haywire Homestead invited me to her collaboration, which is how I get close to my food. Well, I kind of thought that was obvious. There's some, over there is some food. Here's some food. There's some food. There's some ducks. Well, Prairie the dog, I don't know if you can see her. She's on the steps. She's not food. But, okay, I'll show you how I get close to some of my other food. I get close to my food when I come out and milk the goats. Jasmine here. Oh, she's one of my best milkers, and I get so close to her all the time. Right now, I'm drying her up, so I'm not milking her. But normally, around now in the evening, I would be feeding the goats a bunch of alfalfa, and then I would take Jasmine first, and then some of the other goats one by one, and I'd be milking them. And that fresh raw goat's milk is so nutritious, so healthy. A lot of people who cannot drink cow's milk, like people who are lactose intolerant, or sometimes even with allergies and stuff, they can drink goat's milk, but it has to be raw, fresh raw goat's milk, not the pasteurized stuff in the grocery store. And it's very healthy for them. I mean, a lot of people are surprised, and that's the only kind of milk they have, because goat's milk is more closer related to human breast milk, I've read, than cow's milk is. And so being out with the goats is one way I get close to my food. I also get close to my food in the garden. I've already harvested off of this lettuce that just started growing. It's not even in a bed. It just started growing on its own, and I've had salad from it. These beautiful radishes, I've harvested some of them and had roasted radishes. I'm waiting for the spinach to grow, get a little bigger before I harvest it. I've planted fall crops, and I got some flowers. So you are doing such a nice job, Pea. I am so thankful to you. Oh, here's some more pea flowers. And so I'm thankful. And I come in here and I work, and I get very close to my food in here. And so that's down here I need to harvest some kale. I'm getting quite a little crop here. I can easily make a meal out of this, so I need to do that. So that's another way I get close to my food, is by growing it and tending it and taking care of it. And here's comfrey. I need to take care of this and transplant some of it. So that's another way that I get close to my food, is I come out in the garden and I tend it and I water it and I care for it. Another way I get close to my food is taking care of the chickens. Now this is a egg-laying chicken. This one is a Buff Orpington. And, well, you have finished molting. I think you're done molting. When are you going to start laying some eggs for me? I have to go. I haven't had any eggs, or unless I go to the grocery store and buy them. You're supposed to be laying eggs for me. So when are you going to lay some eggs? Huh? When are you going to lay some eggs? I want some eggs. You and your friends over there need to start thinking about laying eggs. I give you food. I take good care of you. I try to keep you safe from predators. You need to lay some eggs for me. So this is how I take care of or get close to my eggs. In the warmer months, I get tons of eggs. And in spring, I get eggs. But you should start laying now. We're in Texas. The days are still pretty long. You're still getting plenty of sunshine, so you need to there's no excuse for not laying eggs, and I'm not getting any eggs. So I want you, when I let you go, I want you to go over to all your buddies, all your girlfriends over there, and you tell them that all of you need to get active and start laying eggs. Because I want some eggs. Okay? Okay. Yeah, okay, there you go. So that, friends, is how I get close to my food. All kidding aside, yes, I try to raise as much food as I can, but it is just a fraction of what I need. Obviously, I can't grow, rice and oils and all that kind of stuff, and I have a lot to learn. So most of my food I am not raising myself. I raise some meat, I raise, some vegetables and stuff, but a good portion I have to get at the grocery store. But when I'm possible, one of the ways I get closer to my food is that I get it from the farmer. I get locally grown stuff. I'm more conscious of where my food is coming from, whether it's coming from, another country. So much of our produce is raised, out of season in another country, Chile, Argentina, New Zealand, Mexico, and it, like right now it's, approaching winter, and what we can raise here in the U.S., when you go to the store and you're buying oranges and stuff, a lot of that's coming from other countries where it's warmer right now. So, I get close to my food by being aware of where, what's in season, what's natural, and, whether, sadly, the meat we get in the grocery stores, they won't let us know where it was, what country of origin it came from. They keep a lot of stuff secret from us. That's just, the politicians are on the side of the industry, the food industry, and not the consumer. So when I can, I raise my own food. When I can, I get it locally. But I think one of the biggest ways I can be close to my food, which honestly is a whole life, my entire life has been this, is to to cook from scratch. So much of our food, it amazes me today how many people literally do not know how to cook. They honestly do not know how to cook. They've never been taught. My mom taught me how to cook. I've watched these TV programs where young people, cooking for them is using a microwave, which kills a lot of the nutrients. It's a very unhealthy way to cook your food. But all they know how to do is heat up a microwave dinner. They don't even know how to turn on a stove, basically, some of them. It amazes me. The number one way any human being can get closer to their food is to cook it from scratch, to know how to cook. I've been cooking my own food ever since I was in elementary school. I started learning how to cook. And so I cook a lot of my own food from scratch. Yeah, sometimes I get lazy and I'll get a frozen dinner, or I'll get the pre-made, orange chicken or something at the grocery store. But number one, it's so expensive. You're wasting so much money. But number two, when you can cook from scratch, when you can make that recipe from the raw ingredients, it's so much healthier and it tastes so much better. So that's really how I get closer to my food. You know, I cook from scratch. I learned how to can. After moving out here, I learned how to can. I'll make homemade soups that, you know, the food you buy in the grocery store, no matter what, it's going to be full of chemicals, preservatives. And the canned soups are so loaded with salt, so loaded with preservatives. Honestly, a lot of them I don't even like. But when I've cooked a big, huge soup from scratch, and then when I lived in San Antonio, when I lived in cities, I would freeze in individual containers. Now I'll go can it in pints or quarts. And then on a day that I'm tired and I don't have anything thawed out, don't have anything ready to go, and I just need something quick, I've got it. Or I'm not feeling good. I've got it. I've already canned it, and I know what's in it because I made it from scratch. I really try to do that more than, I rarely have canned food in the house anymore. A little bit, but very little. A lot of it I'm making from scratch. So that is a major way anybody can get closer to their food, is to make it from scratch. And if, you know, even when I lived in an apartment, I grew a lot of food myself, or what I could. I mean, I grew a tomato plant on my balcony. I would grow herbs on my balcony. I tried. Here, I've got more land. I got rocks, makes it harder, but I'm trying to grow even more food, to be closer to my food. I shop locally when possible, and I cook. That's how I get closer to my food. And I know, you know, the eggs that I'm eating that came from these chickens, they're a healthier egg than anything you get in store-bought. The eggs at the grocery store are old. They're at least a month old before they even get to the grocery store. The hens weren't raised as healthy. My hens are eating a natural diet. I mean, they're eating the bugs that are required for good health. They're eating you know, the plants and stuff. They're eating healthy. And so that's going to make me healthier. And so I just challenge you to think about where your food is coming. If there's a local farmer's market, shop there. If you're not able to raise your own food yourself, and learn to cook if you don't know how to cook. And if you do know how to cook, but you've gotten lazy and you're buying a lot of processed stuff, make an effort to start, you know, cooking more from scratch. There's ways to, you know, I would, even when I lived in the city, I would make big, huge pots of food and then freeze it. I still do that so that I have my own homemade fast food available to me. Because I am just one individual. I'm not feeding a whole family. So there's ways to make life easier, even when you're, you know, cooking from scratch, to make your own homemade fast food and stuff. So I hope that this helps you think about where your food is coming from, and that you take steps to get closer to your food, to get to where you know where your food is coming from and what's in your food. That's basically what it means to get closer to your food, is to know what you're actually eating, and to eat healthy, not garbage, not stuff in a box full of preservatives, or stuff in a can that's been processed so much that all the nutrients are gone and it's full of preservatives to make it last, you know, 5-10 years or whatever. We can all eat healthier, and the more healthy we eat, the healthier we will be. A lot of this garbage sold in the grocery stores now is making us fat and sick, and we don't need to be that way. We can all take steps to eat a healthier life, or healthier food, to be healthier human beings. So I hope this has made you think, and that you will take steps to be closer to your food, to know what you are eating, and to eat healthier. Thank you for watching, and hope you're having a fantastic day. I am, because I get to hang out with these guys.